race fans, and welcome back. We are here live at Kansas Speedway getting ready for the third race of the Mountain Dew Code Red Truck Series. This is going to be the SFP 250. Now, after a pretty straightforward race at Martinsville last week, we had Cole Dalley come out on top, and he is indeed our points leader with 71 points. Not too far behind him is Matthew Daleo with 65 points. Now on our front row, we have Skye Commons, who won the pole in qualifying, and right beside him is Joshua Mudd, who actually won here in the NASCAR Second Cup Series driving the 48. So he does know how to get around this track, but we're in for a long one. Just like in the Second Cup race, we're going to be doing this for 41 laps, and pit strategy will be a factor in this one. What kind of racing will we see? I don't know, but we're just about seconds away from those famous words in motorsports.
Go out there and have a good time today. Make it happen at the end, my friend. Big thumbs up here. You're ready to rock and roll. Good luck to you guys on pit road down there today.
And as the trucks are rolling on pit road, here is your starter lineup for the SFP 250. The points leader Cole Dalley is going to have some major work to do if he wants to try to get up at the top of the field here today. He's going to start way in the back of the pack. Skye Commons, Joshua Mudd, Jessica Villanueva, and Eric and Rage are our top four. The pace truck is about to make its way onto pit road, and like I said, we're going to be doing this for 41 laps, and a lot can happen in 41 laps. Hopefully, if a wreck happens, it won't be a big one, as the green flag is out here at Kansas. Heading into turns 3 and 4, Skye Commons with the early advantage, but now here comes Jasmin Acosta on the inside. As Skye, he'll lead the first lap, and oh boy, Danny Wells, he makes it 3 wide for second place. And Danny, he really doesn't want another second place finish. He really wants to try to get a truck win. And oh man, with the help of Shaun Gallighan and Steven Gonzalez, he is just driving the wheels off of that 5 truck. And here comes Steven, he's trying to make it 3 wide for second place now. Steven Gonzalez right now dead last in the standings with only 8 points. He would love to try to get a victory here today. As Steven, he will lead that lap. And now here comes Lyndon Wright in the 21. And here comes Dillon Young in the blue deuce. We do have some Second Cup Series driver here is pulling some double duty here. And oh man, some of the pack is separated a little bit. I see Chris Washer and Chris Kyle back there leading that pack, as we now see Dillon Young diving down to the inside. But here comes Marco Salpietro now in the 9 car. He's being pushed by Tim Fiegel. And oh boy, Danny Wells is in the wall, and he just came on down to the 1 truck, and I think the caution is out. Yes, it is. And oh man, these guys are gonna have to slow down. Oh man, we had a wreck. And I did see the 5 truck involved, as Marco Salpietro, he led him down to the start finish line. And I'm trying to see who was all involved. There's Trent Dunham in the 1. Oh man, Matthew Daleo second in points. He's involved. There's Danny Wells. And And oh man, back there, Joseph Lombard, Danny Wells' teammate, he's involved. Oh man, Mason Wood, he has a lot of damage. And oh no, James McCloud, 5th in standings. Oh man, he's run into trouble. Jonny Gardner, I don't see any damage on 12. And there's some damage to Seth Cole, 3rd in points. Oh man, and Jessica Shelton, she has a little bit of damage as well as I don't see any damage on Luke Walker. It may be just me. But some trucks are already starting to roll the dice and some are staying out. Oh man, there's a little damage to Kyle Mathews in the 29 truck. But oh man, an early wreck already takes out a handful of drivers. And Alex Drayton, he has some damage as well. And I believe our leader right now is Jeffery Finguy. Teammate Jessica Villanueva is right behind him. So right now RCR is running 1-2 right now. But let's see what happened to Danny Wells and the other drivers. Well, here's what happened to Danny Wells. I guess he didn't really get a good run heading into the outside, because right there he was right behind Dylan Pote, and then all of a sudden he just gets stuck on the wall, and Shaun Gallighan, he got a little held up behind the 5, but he manages to go to the inside. As they're heading out of turn number 4, Danny, he's still riding the wall, and here comes the 1 truck, and Danny, he was just coming down off the wall, and then that makes Trent Dunham get right into Jessica Shelton. Oh man, as we see these 3 trucks just sliding down in the under the apron. Joseph Lombard, he had nowhere to go. He slams hard into his teammate. Mason Wood slams into the 24. Then Seth Cole, he didn't have a place to go. Then James McCloud, he runs to the into the 1 truck, and that sent the 1 truck over. Oh man, over on his roof, almost right. Oh wow, right on top of the 5. Oh man, that's a real tough break for all these drivers here. There's Matthew Daleo, there's Joseph Lombard, there's Jonny Gardner back here. And there's Mason Wood after he came in contact. Let's bring it back a little bit. As we see Mason Wood, he was stuck right behind the 24, so he didn't have a place to go. As we see Seth Cole, he didn't have a place to go as well. I mean, he was right behind the 7 truck. Jay Baskinger stays on the outside and manages to avoid, but McCloud wasn't so lucky. The same goes for Matthew Daleo. And as we see Levi McIntire and Luke Walker, they're deep in the inside. The 5, the 1, the 94, and the 7 end up getting together. And I saw damage on the 17. We may have had a second accident, because here's Alex Drayton right here. We may have had a second accident because I don't think he hit anybody. He came pretty close. I think we had a second accident. He nearly hits Jessica Shelton, but he and his teammate Jay Baskinger get away. We're gonna have to fast forward to see what happened to the 17 because he had damage. Oh, I believe that they all started piling up here. Okay, I think he just glitched a little bit because he just bumps into the back of Shaun Gallighan, the wheels lock up, and then he just gets hit from behind by Kyle Mathews. Okay, so that's how they got that damage, but we're gonna have to go to some onboards to see what they saw. And Chris Kyle, he actually hits the 17. And oh man, both of these guys, they were in contention for the championship last season. So I don't know if that was a little tap there, but Chris Kyle, that's not what he needs at all. Here we are with the onboard camera from the number 7 of Mason Wood. Yeah, absolutely no time to react. As you see, he just ran to the back of Joseph, and then there's a real good view of the 5 and the 1. And oh man, that's a real tough break for a number of these drivers. We're gonna have to get on board with another driver as we see Mason Wood trying to get the truck back going. Now here we are on board with the number 32 truck of Seth Cole. Yeah, he was just caught in the dead middle of it. There was nowhere that he could have went. He drives around his smoking teammate. Oh man, not a real good day for Turner Scott. Now here we are with one final onboard camera with the 5 of Danny Wells. Yeah, he just couldn't get out that wall, and then once he bounced off of it, he just came right down onto the field. Oh man, just imagine having that truck that close to you while it's on its roof. And here we are back at Kansas, getting ready to get back racing. We're going to restart this race on lap number 8. And we have a handful of drivers now out of this one. They are Seth Cole, Joseph Lombard, Trent Dunham, Danny Wells, Mason Wood, James McCloud, Matthew Daleo, and Jessica Shelton. Okay, and here's our running order once we get back underway. The 33 and the 3 did not piss, so Jeffery Finguy and Jessica Villanueva, they're still 1-2. But here is a new order. Alex Drayton is still 3rd place. Jonny Gardner is now 4th. 5th now is Tim Fiegel. 6th is Cody Llamas. 7th, Marco Salpietro. 8th, Lyndon Wright. 9th, Chris Darlington. And rounding out the top 10 is Jesse Turner. The rest of the top 15 are Dylan Poteet, Dillon Theroux, Joshua Mudd, Cole Dalley, and Dillon Young. As the pace truck makes its way back on the pit road, we're getting back underway here. The green flag is back out here at Kansas. And I made a little mistake. The 17 and the 12, I don't believe they pitted either. So I don't know. The top 4 trucks are they're under a different pit strategy. And now here comes Cody Llamas on the inside of the 12. And oh boy, now here comes Salpietro trying to pull a crossover move. Cody Llamas, he's trying to do what Joshua Mudd did. Win here in the 48, but he's stuck on the high side now. He was stuck in the middle as Jessica Villanueva, she takes the lead away from her teammate. So right now, the 3 is on top. Alex Drayton now running in 3rd on the high side, but he just lost it to the 9 truck. And here comes Chris Darlington and Joshua Mudd. Joshua Mudd, he wants to get back up here. Joshua Mudd being pushed by his good buddy Dylan Poteet. And here comes the points leader, Cole Dalley, and last week's winner from Martinsville. Let me tell you, Cole Dalley, he's been on a roll. And Cole Dalley, he actually won here as well. He won here in the Mountain Dew, oh wow, fail. No, he won here in the Mobile One Nationwide Series when he drove for JR Motorsports in the number 7. So Cole Dalley, he does know how to win here, as we're trying to have almost a 3-wide battle for the lead between Villanueva, Salpietro, and Mudd. Joshua Mudd now and Cole Dalley, Sega Motorsports, they're running 1-2. They lost Trent Dunham in the first caution, so these two are going to have to represent. Here comes Steven Gonzalez trying to bounce back up here. Steven Gonzalez being pushed by Dillon Young and James Qualls in the 70 car. Both Joshua Mudd and Cole Dalley, they're forced on the high side as the 55 Toyota, he now takes the lead away, but he's got a blue deuce right behind him. That's Dillon Young. Dillon Young has been in the truck season for 2.5 seasons, but he has never won in a truck. Dillon Young, he's hoping to change that today, but now we see James Qualls now taking the lead away. But here comes Jesse Turner being pushed by Jasmin Acosta. Jesse Turner right now in the 18. He's 28th in points, but the season is still young. And here comes Jasmin Acosta in the 19, being pushed by Jake Baskinger. And oh man, I thought we saw a truck in the wall. Oh no, my mistake. We didn't. As we now see Acosta leading that lap. And oh man, we're about to have another 3-wide battle. Or so I thought. Joshua Mudd decides to back off. And oh man, there was a little contact between Jesse Turner and James Qualls. That was close. And oh man, they almost made it 4 wide. See, this is why I love Kansas. This is one of the best racetracks to race at. And oh man, now they're making it 4 wide. Chris Darlington, he just pulled a gutsy move to the inside. And oh man, that's going to force Jesse Turner in the wall. But luckily, he fights out of it. And oh man, they're still going 4 wide here. Oh man, here comes Tim Fiegel being pushed by Chris Washer on the inside, and they're still 4 wide. Oh man, I'm trying to keep watch of this, and oh man, now Dillon Young, he's forced on the high side, being put 4 wide with Preston Plourd, Marco Salpietro, and his teammate Levi McIntire in the 22. And oh man, they're just racing hard all over the place, and they're still 4 wide in a lot of places. And oh man, how are these guys keeping it together as we head back to the front? Cody Llamas, he just led that lap, but now here comes Poteet now. He's trying to make a battle for the lead for the first time here today. And he's about to get pushed by the pole sitter R Skye Commons. And oh man, now here comes Levi McIntire and Eric Burton. Eric Burton right now, he's 32nd in standing, so right now he's down there. He's trying to push McIntire to try to make a move around R Skye Commons in the 39. And oh, plenty of ways to go. And oh boy, we got trouble. Jesse Turner just went around. It's a caution out. Yeah, yes it is, but did they catch the pace truck? No, they didn't. They have to race back around. Oh man, the caution came out after they crossed the start finish line, and I have no idea who was involved. But right now, Chris Washer in the 43, he's on point, and now here comes Jonny Gardner. Jonny Gardner being pushed by Luke Walker, and we see Cole Dalley trying to come back up here, but Chris Washer will lead these guys to our second caution. Gardner second, Luke Walker third, Cole Dalley fourth, and fifth is Shaun Gallighan. But oh man, we have to see who was involved. I did see the 18 of Jesse Turner go around, and there's Chris Dalton in the 6. He's coming down pit road, and there is Jesse Turner with rear damage. And right now Chris Dalton, I'm sorry, he's the only truck coming down pit road, and I don't see anyone else. Dillon Young is back here, and I don't see any damage on any other trucks yet. It may have been not as bad as I thought it was, because Jesse Turner, he's back here, and he's the only guy with rear damage. I don't know if another truck hit him or what. It may have been Kyle Mathews again. I'm not sure, but Chris Dalton, he sits on pit road. As we now see Jonny Gardner, I believe he's taking the lead away from Chris Washer, and I don't think anyone stayed out. Everyone came down pit road. So while the pace truck is making its way around the track, let's see what happened to Jesse Turner. Well, here's what happened to bring out our second caution. They went 5 wide, and they were going 4 wide and somehow made it work. And it looks like Joshua Mudd actually bounced off the 70 car of James McCloud, and then he came up onto the 18 of Jesse Turner. So that's what happened there. So the wheels lock on the 18, and he looks like that he actually managed to keep it going. I'm not sure. And here comes Chris Dalton, and he runs to the back of the 18. So that's what happened to the 6 right there. But oh man, that could have been worse than it actually happens. But luckily, it was just a 2-truck incident. How in the world that was only a 2-truck accident? I will never know. As we see the flag waver waving the caution flag. Oh man, Jesse Turner has got to be really lucky that only Chris Dalton hit him and not more than and not another truck. And here we are back at Kansas, right at the halfway mark. We're going to restart on lap number 21. And the only driver to retire out of that race from that accident was Chris Dalton. Now, Jessica Villanueva, she was one of the lead trucks to come down pit road, but apparently she had a standing stay to fix some damage on the right side of the 3. So she's going to start at the tail end of the field, right behind Kyle Mathews. Now here's our top 10 once we get back underway. Jonny Gardner is the race leader. Second is Luke Walker. Third is Cole Dalley. Fourth is Dillon Theroux. Fifth is Chris Washer. Sixth is Eric and Rage. Seventh is Levi McIntire. Eighth is Cody Llamas. Ninth is Marco Salpietro. And rounding out the top 10 is Tim Fiegel. The rest of the top 15 are Shaun Gallighan, Eric Burton, Dylan Poteet, teammate Charles Jackson, and Jeffery Finguy. Still plenty of racing to go. We're halfway done with this race, and Jonny Gardner, he plans to have a good run like he did at Daytona. as we are heading back underway here. Green flag is back out at Kansas. Luke Walker not letting off one bit in that 91 truck. And here comes his teammate Chris Washer right now. I just noticed on all the trucks from RPM are running in the top 10. Luke Walker second, Chris Washer is third, and back here is Marco Salpietro. Jonny Gardner will lead yet another lap as we're now about to have a 3-wide battle for second place. Well, we were, but Eric and Rage decided to back off, but he's about to take away third away from Luke Walker. And now here comes Gardner's teammate Levi McIntire in the 22. Levi McIntire still hanging on to that inside line as we just had a lead change. Chris Washer, now he takes away from Jonny Gardner as the Penske boys about to have at it for second place. Chris Washer, he just came off a win in the NASCAR Second Cup from New Hampshire, so he's running on a little momentum boost right there in the 43. The last guy to put the 43 truck in victory lane was Steven Gonzalez, but Chris Washer, he looks to try to do it here today as we now see Shaun Gallighan. Shaun Gallighan, one of our drivers from the UK, he's planning to get to the inside. Shaun Gallighan has never won in a truck. I believe this is actually his first truck season. Yes, it is, but he has won here at Kansas. He won here at Kansas way back in the first season of the NASCAR Second Cup when he drove the 14. But oh man, we're about to have another battle for the lead. Now here comes Dylan Poteet. Dylan Poteet being pushed by Eric Burton. He briefly takes the lead, but he won't have it for long because now here comes Eric Burton. Eric Burton now takes lead trying to represent for KBM, but now here comes Jasmin Acosta, and she will lead this lap barely. And oh boy, something happened with Jeffery Finguy. He had a run going, but then he just slowed down. I don't know what that was about, but he almost held up his teammate. Now we see Jake Baskinger on the inside being pushed by Preston Plourd. Preston Plourd, he's trying to get into the top 10 for the first time here today. And he is all over the back bumper of Jake Baskinger right now. And oh man, James Qualls, he started. Oh no, fail. Shaun Gallighan rather. I keep forgetting. Oh boy! Oh man! We got a wreck back there. McIntire just got turned. Oh man, McIntire just got turned, but there's no caution. Oh, now it is. Now the yellow lights are on. The caution is out. But oh man, McIntire just got turned by Dillon Theroux. And oh man, as we head back to the front, it's all about Jeffery Finguy, but now here comes Preston Plourd and Jake Baskinger for second place. They're trying to go 3 wide, but I think Plourd got second as Finguy will lead these guys to our third caution. Oh man, I was just about to talk about another driver, then all of a sudden we see the 54 and the 22 get together, and there is McIntire. And there is Dillon Theroux. It looks like Dillon Theroux got the worst of that. He's got some right rear damage to that 54. Oh man, I don't know what that was about, but let's hurry up and take a replays and see what happened with the 54 and the 22. We're time to bring out our third caution. I believe, Levi McIntire, he actually came in contact with Charles Jackson, and then that's what sent him up straight into the 54. And oh man, he scrapes his teammate Dillon Young, so that's what happened there. McIntire came in contact with Charles there, and that sends the 22 scraping right into the turn 1 safer barrier. So contact between the 4 and the 22 actually got the 54 involved. So that was on Charles. Oh boy, I think Charles Jackson got some mayonnaise stuck in the visor of his helmet or something because I don't think he saw the 22 coming because he just came right up on the 22. And here we are back at Kansas once again. We're going to restart with 11 laps to go, and Levi McIntire did not drop out. He came down pit road to repair some of the damage, and he's still running in this thing in the 24th position. Now, some trucks did come down pit road, but some didn't. And Preston Plourd, he's still the race leader after that. Second place is Chris Washer. Third is Jeffery Finguy. Fourth, Jake Baskinger. Fifth, Jasmin Acosta. 6th is Dylan Poteet. 7th is Steven Gonzalez. 8th place is Eric Burton. 9th place is Cole Dalley. And rounding out the top 10 is Lyndon Wright. The rest of the top 15 are Marco Salpietro, Chris Kyle, Dillon Young, Skye Commons, and Jonny Gardner. A lot can happen in 11 laps, but hopefully we won't have another caution as Preston Plourd, he's going to have to do some defensive driving if he wants to keep that lead. And the green flag is back out here at Kansas. 11 laps to go. And oh man, it looks like Steven Gonzalez, he didn't get a good restart going. He gets passed by Eric Burton, and he's about to get passed by Cole Dalley. So oh man, and I don't think he was another driver that got. Oh wait a minute, the caution's back out. Oh man, that was quick. The caution is back out, and Preston Plourd is still the race leader. They're having a 3-wide battle for second place, but that's going to be won by Jake Baskinger. But Preston Plourd, he's still leading this thing, and I'm trying to see who was involved. Kyle Mathews is back here. And oh man, Skye Commons, he has rear damage. It involved the 39 truck, and I don't see anyone on pit road. It quite possibly Dillon Theroux again. I don't know. And oh man, Poteet, he's all the way back here. Uh-oh. Something may have happened to the 31. He may have got held up behind someone. And Alex Drayton, he has more right rear damage. So it may be the 17, 31, and the 39. It must have happened in turns 1 and 2. That must have been when the gap happened, but that's a tough break for the 17, 31, and 39. I believe they were in the top 15. Oh, man. But let's hurry up and see what happened here as we see more trucks now coming down pit road. And I think Dillon Young is one of them. Yes, he is. He's coming down. And I don't think anyone else is coming down. Preston Plourd is still the race leader. Let's head to the replays. Where's out to burn out the caution flag? I did say that someone had a slow start on the restart, and I thought it was Steven Gonzalez, but I was wrong. It was actually Dylan Poteet. Steven had to go to the outside to avoid the slow 31. And as you can see, the speed difference right now, everyone else is going like around 130, and Poteet, he's just not really reaching 120. So something broke on the 31 truck that made him slower than everyone else, but that's not exactly what brought out the caution. Here it is right here. As they're heading into as they're heading out of turn 2 and into the back straightaway, McIntire, he had a full he had a full steam, and Skye Commons tried to come down in front of the 22, and then that sent the 39 sliding right in front of Dillon Theroux. And here comes Theroux's teammate Jesse Turner, and he gives a hit to the 39 truck right in front of Theroux and Kyle Mathews, who also gets a hit right there. So that's what happened. They were trying to get out of the slow 31's way, but unfortunately it ended up causing a spin and a wreck. So something happened to Poteet's truck on the restart. I don't know what's going on. He may have to come down pit road in order to get it fixed. I hope it's not a mechanical issue. And here we are back at Kansas, hopefully for our final restart of the day. No one dropped out of the race after that. Everyone came down pit road and got some of their damage repaired. And Poteet, I believe he came down as well. But he's still running, so it's not over yet. But anyway, here's our top 10 once we get back underway. Preston Plourd is still leading. 2nd is Jake Baskinger. 3rd is Jasmin Acosta. 4th, Jeffery Finguy. 5th place is Eric Burton. 6th is Chris Washer. 7th, Cole Dalley. 8th is Lyndon Wright. 9th, Steven Gonzalez. And rounding out the top 10 is Luke Walker. The rest of the top 15 are Eric and Rage, teammate Tim Fiegel. 13th, Cody Llamas. 14th is Jonny Gardner. And rounding out the top 15 is Jessica Villanueva. We're only gonna have we're gonna restart this race with 6 laps to go. A lot can happen in 6 laps. What will we see? We're about to find out as the green flag is out. Preston Plourd's best friend right now is another quick caution, And I don't know if he'll get it, but now here comes Baskinger on the inside, trying to challenge for the lead, and I think he'll get it. He'll get it briefly, and oh man, now here comes Eric Burton. Where did he come from? He's trying to pull a crossover move. He's trying to make a 3 wide for second place, which he does, and he's trying to make a 3 wide for the lead. Oh man, Eric Burton, he's on a charge in that 51 truck. And are we still going green? Yes, we are, as Burton will lead that lap. But now here comes Chris Washer on the inside, and here comes Cole Dalley. Cole Dalley looking to try to get 2 in a row here. And oh man, he makes a 3 wide for third place. Baskinger, he had to back off a little bit, but now here comes Tim Fiegel and Cody Llamas. We got some big names coming up. 4.5 laps to go, and Cole Dalley, he's still the race leader. He's trying to get 2 in a row. I don't know. I think he made his move a little bit too soon because he just got 4 to the outside. Now here comes Tim Fiegel, and I think Cole Dalley barely led that lap, and he did. But now that's gonna give the lead over Tim Fiegel as he dives down to the inside, and here comes Luke Walker making it 4 wide for second place. Oh man, Luke Walker's trying to make it 4 wide. Oh man. No, and oh man, Cole Dalley, he's on the wall. Oh man, Cole Dalley's on the wall, and he just got off of it. Oh man, that's gonna hurt the 42. But oh man, the laps are now winding down. We have 3 laps to go. And oh man, we got a wreck. Eric Ray just got turned. And oh man, more trucks involved. This race is gonna be over. It's a race to the finish now. Oh man, it is a race to the finish. They're wrecking at turn 2. And oh man, and Luke Walker, oh man, he is in charge. But Tim Fiegel, he's not giving up. He's trying to get to the inside of the 91, but it may be too little too late. They're heading into the trial here, and Luke Walker is going to lead them. Luke Walker is going to lead them to the start-finish line. Tim Fiegel second. Oh man, third is Villanueva. Fourth is Cody Llamas, and fifth is Jonny Gardner. But oh man, we're going to have to stay here to make sure that nothing happens to the 91 or anyone else for that matter. We have to hope that no one has to come down pit road, because that would surely be the most heart-wrenching thing. And oh man, Marco Salpietro, he was one of those guys involved in the crash in turn 1 and 2. Oh man, Levi McIntire, Chris Washer, oh man, that's a tough break for the 43. Jake Baskinger, oh man, Jeffery Finguy, Alex Drayton, Dillon Theroux, Jesse Turner. Oh man, a lot of guys were involved in this. A lot of guys were involved. And there's Eric and Rage, the truck I actually saw go around. But oh man, right now Luke Walker, he just took the white flag and the yellow flag. But oh man, while they're having the final caution lap, we're gonna have to see what happened. We're gonna have to go to the replays for the final time to see what happened to bring out our final caution of the day. Well, here's having to bring out our final caution of the day. Much like the incident with Levi McIntire and Charles Jackson, Chris Washer and Eric Burton likely get in contact together, and then that makes the 43 get right into the 13 of Eric and Rage, and then the 43 comes down onto Eric Burton to get a little retaliation, but he comes up right in front of his teammate Marco Salpietro, and Salpietro just slams the wall. Jake Baskinger, he didn't have anywhere to go. But it doesn't end there. More trucks are coming into view. Here's Jeffery Finguy. He slams hard into the 11 truck as he spins out. Here comes Alex Drayton and many others. Alex Drayton slams hard into the 33. And Dillon Young. How in the world did Dillon Young miss that? But it still doesn't end there. Dillon Theroux slams into Jeffery Finguy. McIntyre is also collected. And oh man, it's just a huge wreck. These guys were racing hard to try to get into the top 10. And then all of this just happens. We're going to have to ride on board with Dillon Young to see how he missed it. But turns 1 and 2 are just littered with trucks. And there's Salpietro and Eric and Rage driving down on the apron. They can drive away from their accidents. Here we are riding aboard with the Blue Deuce of Dillon Young. If the 17 didn't hit the 33, I'm sure Dillon Young quite possibly would have. And here we are on board with the number 11 of James Baskinger, who was possibly on a route for a top 10 finish. Yeah, absolutely nowhere for the 11 car to go. And here we are back to live action. The trucks are now getting into turns 3 and 4, and Luke Walker showing no signs of problems. He is still the race leader, and he only has 2 more corners to go as we now see all the retirees, but I'll get to that once we get to the results screen. But heading out of turn 4 for the final time, taking the yellow flag and the checker flag, Luke Walker showing no signs of indication of having troubles in the 91 Ford F-Series. He will win the SFP 250 here at Kansas. Luke Walker wins here under caution, and he captures his first win of the season. Tim Fiegel, if that caution never would have came out, he probably would have been a contender to get the win, but he'll have to settle for another second place finish. Jessica Villanueva, not bad. Not a bad race for the 3 truck. The number 3 gets 3rd place. Cody Llamas ends up 4th. Jonny Gardner 5th. Jasmin Acosta 6th. James McCloud 7th. Last week's winner Cole Dalley is 8th. Last week's winner, oh wow, fail. No, teammate of the last week winner rather, Joshua Mudd, he ends up 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is Preston Plourd. With yet another top 10 finish. I believe this is Cole Dalley's 3rd straight top 10 finish, so right now he'll dominate the points lead. But here's the man of the hour right now, Luke Walker in the number 91 Heinz Ketchup Pepsi Ford F-Series. He takes the win here under caution. Export SFP 250, and this race is indeed in the books. This race is official. Okay, I already said the top 10. Chris Kyle, Charles Jackson, Stephen Gonzalez, Dillon Young, after he avoided that accident, and Lyndon Wright get the top 15. And then we have pole sitter Skye Commons, Kyle Mathews, Eric Burton, Eric and Rage, the 2 Erics finishing together, and Dylan Poteet rounds out the top 20. And Shaun Gallighan, he actually came down pit road before the caution came out, so he ended up a lap down. And then from 22nd on down to 38th, these drivers did not finish. Marco Salpietro, Dillon Theroux, Jesse Turner, Chris Washer, Jake Baskinger, Jeffery Finguy, Alex Drayton, Levi McIntire, Chris Dollerton, Jessica Shelton, Matthew Daleo, James McCloud, Mason Wood, Danny Wells, Trent Dunham, Joseph Lombard, and Seth Cole. That is the field. Oh man, this will definitely shake up the points somewhat, but Cole Dalley, he's going to have a huge lead after this. He started this race at the rear of the pack and still manages to get a top 10 finish. Oh man, what will we see next time when we get back here for the trucks? I don't know. You're going to have to stay tuned and see. The next race to be uploaded is the NASCAR Second Cup Series race, race number 20. Oh boy. Well, that does it here for Kansas. The rookie Luke Walker captures his first Truck Series win of the season. Oh boy, so a lot is gonna happen here in the next upcoming week. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to me, Trent the Hedgie, and we'll see you next time.